And this is what we get. Wow. And you know what I also forgot? To turn on the light. So I'll turn on the light.
Oh, that's a shame.
Hey, folks, I have to get
turn
up
on the light.
and turn on the light.
Because I'm not going to get up and do it.
She's in a mood.
Oh, stop.
And I'd love to say a good mood. Whatever.
And it begins.
2016.
No, stop.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
What?
No, I want you to quit.
I'm sorry?
I was talking to my computer.
Oh.
It started installing something, and I'm like, no!
Do not do that. All right, I'm playing with camera 2.
For the love of Pete, don't install
What
anything.
is this, Pete? Anyways?
I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know. I've always said that.
For the love of Pete, and you don't know a Pete.
I do know a Pete.
Do you know
Actually,
a Pete?
yeah, I
Are
work
you in
with
love
a
with
Pete.
him?
No. No.
Do you want the love of Pete?
No.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he's nice and all, but
yeah, really.
I mean, he's married and got 2 kids, and
Yeah, it happens.
yeah. But I've never wanted the love of Pete.
Oh my goodness. Hey folks, welcome back to 2016. We're here.
Such as it is.
Such as it is. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast pre-show. And all right, let's see if we got things getting where they're supposed to be. Tea for 2?
No, just for me.
Ah.
Tea for me.
Tea for you.
Uh-huh. You can get your own tea.
I actually got coffee.
Yeah, I didn't have coffee.
That's how that goes.
Coffee, I think, was part of my problem yesterday.
Was it lack of or too much?
Too much. Because,
Really?
yeah, coffee dehydrates people.
Yes, it does.
And I think I have had way too much coffee over the last few days.
Right.
And not enough water.
That will do it.
So I think I'm dehydrated.
That would do it. Actually, dehydration is a major factor.
Yeah. So I think that was my problem.
Okay. Good. Yes,
So
yes.
I've had 1 cup today.
Awesome.
So.
All right. So we are broadcasting. So I'm going to stop this. And that's an interesting view of you. So I will move this up. All right. Yes, we are back. Welcome.
Yay!
Happy New Year, everybody. Good to see you. We are good to be back here. It's been interesting. It really has. It's been an interesting holiday. And some years you have those holidays where you really just enjoy and have a great time and go with the rest of it. And some of the other ones, it's like, I really can't wait till next year comes around.
And you hope that it doesn't happen again.
And you hope it gets better. So that's kind of what it's been for us this year. So this, we've been having some stuff that we've been getting through and we're still getting through. And hopefully things in the not too distant future will be mucho better so we can actually get out and do stuff. Just saying.
Yeah.
But hey, welcome back. Yep.
As he slurps.
As he slurps
That's
his
nice.
coffee. That's professional there.
Yeah, isn't it?
All right. While you're doing that, we're going to talk about this.
Well, I'm doing what? I'm sitting here.
I'm going to get my my Nexus 7 all nice and
your random
my random generator.
Random number generator.
Randoming itself like it's supposed to so that it's actually ready. Because that was one of the things that I had to do. So yeah, we hope you had a good set of holidays there and was able to get out and do some geocaching. That's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, we saw a bunch of people got their New Year's Eve and New Year's Day souvenirs.
Yes, that is always cool. You know, I'm kind of curious how people actually are starting to feel about souvenirs in general.
Yeah, a lot of people could care less.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things.
I like them, but I did not get those 2.
We're like 2 little kids when we
We're
actually
like, hey, look at it. It's cool.
For the minute or 2 that we actually look at it.
Yeah, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't get these.
No, so. It's been a series of stuff, and our schedules have been completely, thrown under the bus.
Yeah. So a lot of people have gotten theirs.
That's great, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be curious to know what they look like.
Yeah. Now, I did get
if anybody has a picture, can you put it up in the chat room? Yeah.
If you're not a premium member, we're going to kind of spill the beans a little bit to the premium members.
You should be a premium member because this is why.
there is an announcement that geocaching.com put out yesterday that I received. Did you get yours?
I'm a premium member, so yes, I did.
Okay. Well, we're going to tell you anyways and spill the beans about some new souvenirs dealing with Leap Day. And because this is 2016, there's 366 days. Now, this is important for a bunch of reasons. One, if you are very much into filling out your calendar days for geocaching to get all the days possible, February 29th only comes up every 4 years, which is Leap Day. So this is the year. If you haven't caught it up in the past 4 years, now is your chance to remember to get a geocache on Leap Day. So not only do you do that, but they've got some souvenirs coming out. And we'll talk about that in just a minute once I get my stuff set up here on the notepad. But yeah, it's we hope you had a good time with your holidays and you had safe travels and just a good old time. I know Scott Burks had a riot.
Oh, he did with the event that he
Geocaching.
Geocaching.
Yeah, he had a good time with that.
I think that's awesome. And I was telling somebody today, speaking of that, that on Christmas Day,
yes,
we have our Chinese food.
Right.
And I told him what you say.
Yes.
He says, and please don't take offense because it's not meant that way, but
right.
He says, let's go eat Chinese food with our Jewish friends.
Yes.
And he busted out laughing. I was like, well,
that's what you do.
You know, I don't know that. I mean, they're probably not, and they're obviously not all Jewish, but you know,
right.
It's just funny because the Christian people are usually at home eating ham and whatever with their families.
Right.
And all the Jewish people are like, well,
what are we going to do?
Everything's closed.
Where
do we go?
We go to the movies. And we go to Chinese restaurants.
Yeah. So that's what we do. And he's like, you know.
Yep. So, hey, everybody, welcome back to the chat room and welcome back to the pre-show. It was interesting. Actually, Scott had a great time. He went out with a bunch of people. And we're seeing the pictures of the souvenirs for the end of 2015 and the beginning of 2016.
See, I should have got it. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And Scott Burks went out for Geocaching Day, which one of our prestigious people who will remain not anonymous actually got geocaching.org, I think it was.
Oh, really?
For Scott, because
that was nice.
Somebody already had geocaching.com and will not give it up. And because we really want to push this next year.
Yeah.
We want to turn this into another WWFM for Scott. And so one of our prestigious listeners and viewers actually went and got the domain for him for geocaching.org. And since Scott builds websites for a living, I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to get one up pretty quick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was good. And thank you, prestigious person, and you know who you are. You're in the chat room, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So anyways,
awesome.
Congratulations and thank you.
Good for them.
That's awesome. We are going to push it next year for that, because I honestly think it's awesome.
Totally.
We got tons of, since I get the emails for Geocaching Podcast, we got a ton of people that wrote in and said, you know what? We never really thought about it. I mean, you know, it's just another day for some people when it comes to that.
Exactly.
But to
people don't think about
make it into an event.
Absolutely.
And part of it's to have a flash mob and the whole shot. And
why
even
not?
If it's a flash mob of one, who cares?
It's fun.
You know? And you get as many people together for it. And then there's like 6 rules you have to follow for Geocaching Day. Funny as heck, really good. And everybody has a great time. Yeah. And Scott and Shorty Knits periscoped the heck out of it. Daryl W4 was involved with it. They had a really good time.
And I said, and it was funny because he said that Daryl was there. And I was like, oh, I didn't know he was Jewish. He goes, oh, he's not.
There you go.
Awesome.
So there you go. And that's part of the fun. Actually, that's the whole purpose, I guess, of the flash mob is to try to get as many Christians to show up at the flash mob so they can shame them. So it's, what are you doing here instead of home with your family? So it's all part of the fun. I think it's great. And so, yes, he now officially has a domain. And next year we're going to promote the stuffing out of it. I think it's awesome. But we had a lot of people saying, we never really thought about it. We're going to do this. So a lot of people, and it would be cool to have people all around the world going off doing geocaching.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Awesome.
I would do that.
He went out. I think I know they got over 100 geocaches, and they traveled hundreds of miles, and they got some first to finds. They just had
That's great.
An awesome time with people.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, what the heck? Geocachers just need a place.
And then go eat Chinese.
That's the other one of the rules, is you have to stop off at a Chinese restaurant.
Is it?
Yes.
That's funny.
So yes, we'll go into more details next year when it comes closer to
That's funny. Yeah, we'll have to get a geocaching event.
Yeah, I would go just for the fun of it.
I would create one.
Awesome.
Why not?
Yeah,
I'm not even Jewish.
Yeah, I think it would be fun just to do something like that. I think that would be
a riot. And 2 of our very special people had a very special Christmas this year.
Yes, they did.
Ping Voyager and EDM
got
engaged over the Christmas holiday.
About time.
Yes, about time y'all made some announcement about that. We expect an invitation. Just saying.
Of course. You need at least one set of hecklers. I mean, come on.
And if we can't wear tie-dye, I don't want to come.
Can I wear a tie-dye tie?
I'm just kidding.
Right. I'll wear a tie-dye.
I'll wear a tie-dye dress. Anyway.
Yes, it was awesome.
So,
and
yay!
It's
freaking
awesome.
time.
Yes, it is so cool. So very, very big congratulations to Ping Voyager and EDM. That's just awesome.
Yes.
I mean, they have been great. They have been hanging around together forever.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, come on.
It's like, well, he's kind of nice and whatever. So I guess I'll marry him.
And yes, Memphis Mafia, we too would like to see the wedding listed on geocaching.com.
Yeah.
Where else are we supposed to get the wedding gifts for? I mean,
right?
Really? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 sponsors that I could quote, so we can know where to get. We'll get a wedding registry set up with them so that we can get them stuff. I'm just saying that would be funny.
Yeah. They have everything they need anyway. So
yeah, I know, but even so,
yeah, I know.
I think.
But geocaching stuff, come on.
I mean, just fun to say that you got your registry at geocaching.
At geocaching.com. Come on. I would do that.
Oh, that is awesome. So yes, lots of good stuff. Lots of really good stuff over the
I know
couple of weeks.
She's a nice Southern girl though.
Yes, she is.
So, well.
And he's from Ohio.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, I know.
So, and she's probably laughing right now. So she might register for her China.
From geocaching.com. You know what you do?
They don't have China.
They just make duct tape plates. I'm just saying it would be cool.
That would be hilarious.
Yes. I mean, if they could do a duct tape wallet, we can make a duct tape plate set.
That would be funny.
Wow.
I would not get any, but that would be funny.
Until you put it in the dishwasher. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'd be all over then. You wouldn't eat off it but once.
Telling you.
Yeah. She needs to register for her China because she's a Southern woman. So.
Oh, is that big for Southern women? Is China?
Yeah, you have to register for your China,
your silverware and all that. Is that a big thing?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. My mother, when I got married the first time, the first thing we did was go to the big department store here. It's
Walmart?
Belk's.
Oh, okay.
Had to go to Belk's. Yeah, really. And that's where you got your China.
Register.
Yeah, and you registered for your stuff there.
Right.
There was not. My mother was not having
low end.
No.
You was the good stuff.
No.
I see.
And you had to register for an 8-place setting.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I don't know that many people to invite over. 8-place setting. Yes, ma'am.
There you go.
So yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
It is.
But yeah. This time I'm like, no, dude, I got plates and no.
Yeah, it's good.
I've got a nice husband this time, so I really don't.
Oh, that's sweet. And plastic is perfectly good for me. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have my Santa cup, but I mean, we get our stuff out of Carolina Pottery, and
they got good stuff.
They have good stuff.
I love that place. Unfortunately, that and Dwayne's.
Oh God, Dwayne's
at Smithfield.
Yes, Christmas stuff by the truckload.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yes.
The first time I went in there, he said, "Oh, I'll just wait in the car." I was
big
like,
mistake.
Yes. I said, "Okay." I don't even know. I think I spent $170.
All I know is I heard a claps of thunder and angels singing. That's all I remember. And then suddenly my left butt cheek felt lighter because my wallet emptied. I don't know.
No, we weren't even married. Yeah, but yeah, I went in there. I was like, "Oh my God, this place is awesome!"
Yes, Dwayne's is quite an interesting thing.
Yeah, if you're into
Christmas and
gardening
and
things like and little knick-knack stuff. Oh my God, it is like the heavens opened up when I walked in that joint, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
I would. Set me up a cot. I'll never leave.
Yeah, and so I forget. I think I was getting ready to go to CES or something like that when I was listening on the phone. So I'm in the car for an hour, and then it dawned on me, I'm in a car for an hour, and she's been in there.
Oh yeah, and he caught me just as I was getting to the checkout. I'm like, "I'll be out in a minute. You wait over there."
Oh my God!
She said $170. I'm like, "Oh, I hope you didn't hear that." Here, honey, I bought you something.
Yeah, the bags. Hold these. Wow. And once then, right there, I knew exactly where my place in the pecking order was. Right there.
It was great.
Yep. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
My little face lights up when I walk in there. I'm like, "Oh, where do I start?"
Oh, yeah. We got lots of good stuff for you this week. The announcement that was supposed to be it's for premium members only. Of course, we're going to blab it. That's what we do. Geocaching.com, and we can talk about this later in the show a little, but just so
there's
that you know.
366 days this year.
Right, it's leap year. And
you don't have to leap.
No, or even jump or jiggle or whatever.
I mean, you can if you want to, but.
Yeah, and I'm going to get slapped if I say what I'm going to. Leap Day itself on February 29th.
Yes.
By attending a geocaching event, you'll get a very good and interesting souvenir.
Good and interesting?
Good and interesting. And the
he made that up himself.
I did, because there's a reason. The other souvenir that you can also be earned
Gonna get two this weekend
during leap year weekend, which is the 27th through the 29th, by going out and finding a geocache.
Any geocache?
Any geocache. So
doesn't matter.
And what they say is hint, hint, and I added wink, 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 is
you'll want to earn both of
you
these.
Want to earn both of these. So obviously there is something later on after this that you'll go to, and something cool from geocaching.com, which I'm glad to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that they're doing stuff like this. So February 29th, attend a geocaching event, and sometime during the weekend of February 29th, get a geocache. You'll get 2 souvenirs this year.
Yeah.
And,
so you need to host an event if one's not near you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're telling us because they were thanking all the premium members. And, of course, we got to tell everybody because that's what we do. So, yes, premium members, if you haven't heard, here you go. For the people that aren't premium members, don't tell anybody. But this is what's going on. So, good. And I'm sure
I have been restricted.
Have you?
Yes.
Why are you restricted? It's not by me.
It says, I have been restricted from sending messages for 15 minutes for posting messages that appear meaningless.
Have you seen our show?
Really?
Wow. Thank you, Chat Tango.
Yes. So if I don't chat, I have actually been just restricted for 15 minutes.
How many messages did you send out meaninglessly?
Apparently the one that I was going to send was it found meaningless.
It's nice to know they're checking out the content of what you're putting out. Wow. So
it's like being around the federal government.
Wow. Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting with this that
I should try to send something. Let's
try.
try.
just break the system, beat the man, and just
yes, because I'm not a rebel.
A rebel without a clue. I'm just saying, but yeah, it's interesting stuff that we got going on.
Still restricted.
They told you, man, 15 minutes, you blew it.
Yeah, I'm restricted for 14 minutes for spamming the group.
Now,
bam!
Now, keep in mind that I have absolutely no control over this. This is something that obviously Chatango has added to the.
Dude, really?
How can you have conversations in a? Obviously, we're supposed to have some.
Am I supposed to have a philosophical conversation
philosophical
with
meaning
somebody?
behind your stuff? Let's talk Zen and just go from there. So, yeah. Yeah, you're just gonna have to say it out loud, Amy, is what they're saying.
Oh, that is a shame.
Coffee right up
Did
the
it
nose.
come out your nose?
Right out the nose. Which is not a pretty sight on the other end. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's gonna worry him all night. Or at least for the next 15 minutes anyway.
Yeah. So let's see how long she goes before her head explodes. I'm just saying. So, anyways, folks, if you're new to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast,
dude, I
welcome.
already work for the government. Why is Chatango not watching me now? Why do they care what I say?
Obviously, it's a very important, prestigious chat room, and they want
the words "I see you" is spamming. That's what I typed last time.
Apparently, it's meaningless.
No, that was spamming.
I know. Obviously, the first one was meaningless. The second one was spamming.
Yeah, because Ping remembers the first time he saw EDM, and I said, "Aw,
oh, that's sweet."
Yeah, that was meaningless.
See, it's all in the way that the internet perceives things. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I don't change these things. We just choose.
I'm gonna email Chatango. The NSA.
The NSA. Hey, NSA.
You know, I would reply to that, but I'm currently restricted right now for spamming you guys.
So she can't do anything.
So I cannot reply right yet.
And apparently 15 minutes is just enough time to calm her down before she does something nefarious. I'm just saying.
Nefarious. That is a good word.
See, that's something that's not meaningless. So that way they don't spam you for what have you.
They're not spamming me. Apparently, I'm spamming them.
Yeah, you really got to stop that.
Really?
Wow.
I got you kicked off. No, you didn't. No, you didn't get me kicked off. I did it.
Did they have any idea how much that geocachers like to express themselves?
I love to express myself.
I almost said expose, but express themselves.
Well, some of them like to do that as well.
I was going to say, have you ever been to the Western Bash?
Yeah. My new boss is figuring out how much I like to express myself.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm doing it gently so he doesn't get it all at once. And I get fired. So,
Details. Details.
Yeah, they said the NSA has deemed me a threat to Chatango home security.
I've been saying that for how long, and they've been ignoring my letters.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying.
You didn't hear what I said. Chatango home security.
Chatango home security. Yes. Yes, it is.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I am a threat. I kind of like that.
I think you would. You like being a scoundrel. So that's good. Part of the fun. Okay, so folks, we got a couple minutes before we start the actual show. The pre-show is ending up right here, and once again, new and interesting things have popped up.
Of course, they have. Amy got restricted.
It wouldn't be us if it didn't happen.
Spamming.
Thank you, Ping.
Awesome. I like it.
Stuff in the chat room. Just saying.
Yes.
You got to be here to experience it. And just go to geosnippets.com and go to the GS Reboot Podcast area, and you can get in on the fun with the rest of us.
Yes. And it's unfortunate that you guys aren't here to be able to express yourself on the show.
Really?
Yes. Because I think she's been what? Put in time out. Yeah.
For about another 12 minutes.
Yeah, I got that as a kid too, but yeah, a lot.
My timeout usually, you know, had something to do with a switch, but.
Well, my dad had no problem using a belt, but my mom, she started feeling bad for spanking me.
Well, when you were 24, so. Yeah.
No. She started feeling bad for spanking me, so she started putting me in timeout.
Oh, boy.
Which clearly didn't work either.
I was going to say, did you see your results?
My dad, however, he spanked me up until I was like 15, 16.
Yes, in Memphis, we are going to do that. We are going to start getting a lot of our stuff that we kind of slacked off in the end of the year and get another Patreon hangout going. I think
Mafia
that would
wife,
be awesome.
You are so sweet.
So, yes, we will do that.
That is so nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yep.
You don't even know what she said.
I didn't see that. I saw Captain Biggins talking about it was a simple pop on the buttocks. Yes, I got popped many times.
Yeah, I did too.
Saying. Well deserved too. Just, you know.
Absolutely. I did. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times it was for my smart mouth.
Really?
Big shock. I
had no idea. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's about time. It's 8:30. All right, folks.
I heard, watch your mouth.
I usually heard whack. And then I woke up. It was great.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I heard Amanda Carroll.
Oh,
and then it was all over.
Yeah, when you ever hear your middle name, Andrew Thomas, it was done.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But that's another story for another pre-show.
Woo.
Time to sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, get your favorite snack.
You won't let me. You always say that, and you never let me.
That's because you're doing a show. I'm just saying.
I know.
GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is going to be coming at you right about once I figure out where the button
I want marshmallows.
Oh, God. Here we go, folks. Toasted or not? Now I'm curious.
Ooh, toasted.
Okay, just saying. S'mores. Here we go. Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and I am here with the wonderful, the DeWitty, the delightful wife, Amy. How you doing, darling? Yep, I remember that.
You can't type that.
I can't type that.
No, you can't, because it's meaningless.
We were for the people that are just getting into the podcast, basically what ended up happening, the world has figured out how to shut Amy up.
The chat room anyway.
Or the chat room.
Yeah, I just get louder in other places when they do that. So.
I couldn't even start with that one. Anyways, so we go through and she gets banned from the chat room by putting in first too much meaningless content.
Yeah, I typed one thing that they thought was meaningless.
And then she tried retyping, and then
I was spamming.
You were spamming.
Spamming the group.
So they basically gave Amy a timeout for 15 minutes.
I'm in timeout.
This is not even my fault, because this is something Chatango just decided apparently to throw in.
I like Chatango home security.
I was going to say,
I like that.
You know how much our geocachers in our chat room go? I mean, talk about stuff, because and it's not even necessarily stuff that we do about the show.
I got put in the penalty box. Yes, I do, like hockey.
Whatever, we talk, and that's how it is. So I hope everybody else is not getting that as well.
Well, they have gotten that in the past.
Yes,
several of them have. I'm like, really?
So just
we don't talk about meaningless stuff.
Make your stuff count when you put it in. I'm just saying.
Quote Aristotle. Socrates, Plato.
Socrates, yes.
Socrates,
yeah,
yes.
I'm just saying. So anyways, welcome, folks. It is January 7, 2016. Another year has cometh and goeth. In the next hour or so, both co-host wife Amy.
Really?
The HeadHardHat once my tongue comes back. And I will bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession known as geocaching. So, yeah, we hope you had a good couple of weeks off with us. I missed you guys. It was just one of those things where, and it's going to probably happen forever because we always have our shows on Thursdays.
Yes.
And Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday, and Christmas usually falls, or Christmas Eve usually falls directly on the Thursday after.
Usually, well, not always. But.
So I think this year we might have to do some pre-shows way in advance. And then that way we can go through and have those ready, because this year we ran into technical difficulties. We ran into all sorts of stuff. We couldn't get the stuff out the way we can. And worst of all, folks, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm completely shocked. And the nation itself is still trying to pull itself together. We can't find Chris Moose.
No, we truly cannot.
We went looking all over the storage area. We looked over in the areas that we know here.
Yep.
And we cannot find Chris Moose.
No, have no idea where that moose is.
So,
and I literally helped him. I tried to find that moose, and I have no. Oh, stop!
I'm just saying.
I did look, and
I still say that she hired a terrorist group to go out and kidnap Chris Moose, and I'm just saying.
Yeah, now the chat room's upset. Yeah, no.
I'm just saying.
He's gone.
I don't know what
where
to do.
He is.
I am so glad I made the YouTube video that I did of Chris Moose, so that you can at least get an inkling of what his talents were. For
Amy
that.
Did it.
I'm thinking. I can't prove it. But I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. So, yeah. So we have to go through.
I don't know where that he is.
And we'll probably have to move to find where he's at.
Yes.
He's somewhere. And this year, quite frankly, we just had too many things going on. We didn't get to pull out all the Christmas stuff like we normally did. So there's still maybe something somewhere in the storage unit where he's at.
Yeah.
That or somebody else has just got him in a cave like Iron Man and just forcing him to make, missiles for them or something. I don't know.
That wasn't Iron Man. Who was that?
That was the original Iron Man.
Yeah, it was Iron Man movie. But what was that dude's name?
Iron Man?
No.
Tony Stark?
No, the bad guy with the electric things.
No, that was 2.
Yeah. What was his name?
I bled off Smart Sniff. I don't know. I don't know why. What does that have to do with anything?
Because I can't remember, and I want to know.
See, we'll have to look it up. So the bad guy in Iron Man 2, just saying.
Yeah.
All right. And I think it was Vladimir would be Dracula. I don't know. I'm just saying. So yes, Chris Moose is missing. We're gonna have to find what's going on and see if we can find him for next year, because Christmas is just not the same without Christmas. I'm just saying. It's just how it goes.
I know y'all are sad.
We are. We'll have to come up with another way or find another replacement or something and pull them out of the desert or whatever. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Why, I guess so.
All right. Geocaching wise, we hope you guys had a good time going out geocaching and got some in. We didn't have too much.
Nope.
You had an adventure a couple of days ago, didn't you? How did that go? Sum that one up, because that was interesting.
Oh, that was weird.
Okay.
I had been in the house. I had the week off last week.
Right.
Which was awesome. And I went out and I thought, I'm not going to sit in the house today. So I went out and I was going to get a couple of geocaches. And one that's less than 5 miles from the house had 25 favorite points.
Right.
So I thought, well, that's the one I got to go get. So I drove out there and it was at somebody's house.
Oh, those always are interesting.
which is not a big deal if I'm with somebody.
Did it actually say in the description that it was at somebody's residence?
It said it was near somebody's residence. Park on the street because it's near their house and that type of thing. And maybe I missed it that it said it was at their house.
Okay.
But
because that's a difference. There's a difference about somebody that puts a geocache on their property and says it's near a residence, or somebody that says it's by somebody's house.
Yeah. So maybe I misread it. Maybe I did something. But at any rate, it had 25 favorite points, and that's maybe all I saw.
Right.
At any rate, I was out there, and I could see why there was a geocache out there. But I don't feel comfortable going on somebody's property without someone else. So, just me. So I didn't go. And I know that you have already gotten that one.
Oh, is this the one with the train tracks?
Yes.
Oh, so, it is on a resident's house.
Yes. So I know you've already gotten that one. So I'm going to take you back with me anyway. So you're going back with me.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, well, I'll go get another one. So I picked another one. I'll go out there and get out there and thought, okay, it's clearly not meant for me to be geocaching today. I look across and I go through this neighborhood and I get to the end of the road and it's at a dead end into this street. And then it's across the street into this swampy looking area. Really? That's the one I picked.
Did you bring your boots?
No.
Ah, okay.
I said, okay, I'm done. So.
Didn't you actually find one after that?
No.
Oh, you called it quits?
Nope. I quit.
Okay.
I thought, one on a private residence that I don't feel comfortable doing, and one I drive up on a swamp.
Yeah, like Captain Bigot says, stranger danger.
Yep. I'm done.
Yeah. Now, I have to admit, I do know the one that she's talking about the first one.
And I'm sure it was totally fine.
And
everybody's nice. Yes. But that's just me. We
will have to do a Periscope because this one, if you find one of it, and I couldn't even tell you, it's been that long. One of my early GeoSnippits videos was at this particular house. And we actually, Miss Eunice and I, actually stayed for an hour and a half in front of this place. Basically what they did is they had at least 2 or 3 standard lengths of actual train track that goes across part of their front yard and across their driveway in this road that actually heads back into the woods, and it goes on the other side of their property. So there's like three lengths of train tracks. They have the actual ties underneath them. It looks like an actual train set of train tracks. And then on both sides of the driveway are actual crossing lights, working crossing lights with the bar that comes down. And when it's got a sensor built up, and if somebody wants to go into the back road behind their property, the lights turn on, the bars go up, and you go through. It's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, so it looked really cool. I mean, and you could see the crossbars that
go up and down.
That go up and down, and it has the lights.
Oh yeah,
and
the full.
railroad,
I mean, these are the actual things.
Yeah, so it looks like a train could go through there.
Right.
And that's why I wanted to go back there, but I was like, well, I'm not going back there without somebody.
Yeah, Amanda and I did probably a good hour worth of video taping while we did that one.
I believe it.
It was awesome. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do a Periscope from there because that one actually was really cool. And I couldn't tell you which one it was. It's been that long.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. Yeah. All right, let's move on. So you say, hey, how do we get in touch with Amy and Andy? How do we keep up with the show and all the things that they do each and every week, all year round? It's very simple. To watch the live feed and join us in the chat room with all the other fine people we have right now worldwide. All you have to do is go to www.geosnippets.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We also have all our social media links for you to hook up with us. We go YouTube, We do Google Plus, we do Facebook, you name it. We're in all of them. All you have to do is go to any of our major websites at geosnippets.com or geosnippetsreboot.com. And in the upper corner, you'll see all the different websites and social media links that you can click on to get in touch with us. And please, the main thing that you want to do is make sure that that you get in touch with us through YouTube and click on the subscribe button. And the reason for that is anytime we do a podcast like we're doing right now, or a vlog or anything like that that deals with YouTube, it automatically goes into your subscribe bucket, and you can come and see our stuff anytime you want instead of having to hunt and peck to try to find things. The other one with Google Plus, get us in your circles, because a lot of times we have our polls and a lot of questions that we ask geocachers about stuff for the shows. We get directly from you right through Google Plus. So make sure you add us to your circles there. And then finally, make sure you have us in Twitter, because when we do our periscoping stuff,
even periscoping,
you can go through and collect through us through Twitter with that.
He hates that.
Just saying. I missed that. It's been a few weeks.
I know. I'm trying to catch up.
I'm just saying. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, or suggestions by calling 919-341-9519. Or you don't even have to do that. Just go to our geosnippets.com or geosnippetsreboot.com websites and click on the send voicemail tab on the right-hand side of the screen. And you get up to 3 minutes through SpeakPipe that you can go through and tell us all your adventures and things that go on in your geocaching lives, and also ask any questions or ask anything for us that you want to have us on our show. By the way, we put out a request on the last live show that we did for folks to send in suggestions of show things. We got quite a few in. I want to get a lot more from you folks, because this was great. I would like to keep this going, because actually the show that we're doing tonight is based on one of the requests from one of our viewers.
Okay.
So this is
clearly
awesome
he
stuff.
didn't share this with me, so
she missed the meeting.
Whatever.
I'm just saying. So by all means,
meetings.
Please send to gsreboot@gmail.com. Keep sending us show suggestions. It's awesome. We greatly appreciate it, because that helps us giving you the stuff that you want. And again, this is try out the SpeakPipe function. It's great. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Give it a try.
Okay.
This is kind of sad.
This is sad.
But it's necessary. We're going to talk about this.
It says, hi, Andy and Amy. I was wondering if you could share a fundraiser for a geocacher in Colorado that needs some help. David Mitchell has been very active in the geocaching community and has represented geocaching in a very positive light at local fairs and non-geo events. He has also had a pretty rough year personally, culminating on December 23rd when he lost his house and everything in it, including his cat, in a fire.
Yeah.
If any of the GS Reboot listeners are in a position to help, we would greatly appreciate it. Even if they can't help financially, if they could share the link so it may reach more people who can help. And we'll
have the link in the show notes.
Thanks for your consideration and cash on.
Yeah.
And that was from Mike of Mike and Julie.
Yeah. Now, the way this worked is, and I wanted to put in another plug for the geocacher who actually set this up.
It's a GoFundMe link. So.
Right. Is geocacher Charles Grandmason.
Yeah.
And he's a friend of them and part of the Geocaching Western Colorado branch, who started up this GoFundMe project. We will have the actual link in the show notes. So all you have to do is, after the show's done tonight, just go to geosnippetsreboot.com and in there check out episode 140, and we'll have the GoFundMe link there. It's very sad, and we're really saddened about this, and we're glad that we can do what we can to help for this, because David lost his father earlier in the year. literally lost everything with his house, and it's just tragic for all the stuff that he has to go through. So anything that you can do to
restarting his life,
literally, and they've got a fund set up. I think they've got about $2,000 accumulated already with this. They're shooting for 20,000, which is nothing compared to what all the things that you lose in something like this.
Right.
So please consider about this. Go check this out in our show notes and see if you can give them a hand there. We would greatly appreciate it. All right. Sorry about the sad note. Let's try to cheer up here with something a little bit more fun. We are going to start our GxProxy.com contest for the month of January. This is really cool. What you're going for is awesome, and I'm afraid to even show Amy the entire thing because you may never see it again. I'm just saying. The prize for the geocaching.com. Now, this is what the title of it is and what you're going for. The complete set of the Legend of Davy Jones Geocoin collection. This is what it is right here. I'm not going to open it up right now. I'll just give you a teaser. This is what the package looks like. This is the complete set of the Legend of Davy Jones. And this is from GxProxy.com. And inside, we'll show you more. Matter of fact, you'll see a picture if you go to the upper right.
It's so sad that just has to stay here.
It is a complete package of 8 coins. I kid you not, 8 coins.
Proxy.
If you want to see the kind of a teaser for it, if you look in the upper right of the GeoSnippits.com or GeoSnippitsReboot.com website, it already tells about it, and it gives all the instructions for you on how to get this information, but we'll go over with it anyways. What you get are 4 gorgeous, absolutely amazing. Okay, yes, you can touch it. The coins. They have 4 different colored themed geocoins, and also with each coin is a matching proxy geocoin. So you get a total of 8 geocoins. They are absolutely gorgeous. To enter the drawing, all you have to do, and again, the information will be in the show notes and it's up on the websites. But the main thing is you're going to send to gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject line, you could have put GxProxy Davy Jones contest.
I want that blue one.
And you're going to put in there your full name, your geocaching alias, your address.
And that you will will this to me.
And apparently, if you're going to will this, she's going into the package. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, we're asking for 1 entry per person. You get a second entry if you are a patron. I'm just saying, isn't that gorgeous? It glows in the dark. Look at that. Look at that. Go ahead and show them so that they're just sitting there wondering. She's putting her hand in front, seeing if it glows in the dark.
Oh, it does.
Yes. So here, let's show the folks what it looks like.
Mine.
No, this is what the people are. This is the front of it. I'm trying to tilt it the right way so you kind of get an idea of it. It is gorgeous. This has glow in the dark. This is the blue and black version of it.
I want that one.
There's 4 of them that you get, and they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Of course, they're Chris Mackey's.
Yes, they're Chris Mackey's, and they are fantastic. The whole set, I think you can still get for like $65-$70, give or take, but it will be yours free for 1 lucky person that puts in for this and gets pulled from the drawing. Sorry, honey.
Sad Amy.
Sad Amy.
Oh,
so again,
my gosh.
you send to gsreboot@gmail.com, subject GxProxy Davy Jones contest. Put in your name, your geocaching alias, and your address. All entries must be in by 12 noon, January 27th, that Wednesday, 2016. The drawing will be held live the next day, that Thursday. Isn't that gorgeous? Now look at this bronze. No, it's like it's like an enamel gold. It's kind of a bronze gold enamel, again with the glow in the dark. It's gorgeous. These are fantastic coins, and you get the proxies with them too. So, for the people listening on the podcast, without seeing the video, going, I can't see it. Go to the video, check it out.
Yeah, you got to go to the video.
You got to check it out. because these are absolutely amazing. So, okay, like I said, the drawing will be done on Thursday the 28th. All right, good stuff. Put the toys back.
Dude, I got to look at all of them.
All right, but we got to get to the next part.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You're going to slow me down.
Wow. Our GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast geocaching poll of the week.
He acts like I can't do that and this at the same time.
Right, without oohing and eyeing. So that was a nice bronze.
Ooh.
It's our copper, actually, copper
Yeah.
bronze. And there's some really unique colors to these.
Yes.
All right, I digress.
Yes.
The geocaching poll of the week is, and I'm going to bring this up.
You're going to be so happy. Or somebody is.
Somebody's going to be extremely happy.
Yes.
All right.
Not me, but.
I'm going to bring up the poll live, and Miss Amy, if you would say right here. And
okay. Have you ever left a major family event to go find a geocache?
That never happens.
Oh, yes, it does. 7% said yes, but not telling anybody I did. 45% of you said no.
Liars.
Liar.
I'm just saying.
It's a lot lower than that said no. And 48% of you said yep.
Yes.
Sure did.
Now I have to. You have to read.
The Down Under Geocaching Adventures of No Tomorrow.
Yes, read theirs.
One time was so tempting. My mother-in-law was being laid to rest 10 meters, seriously, only 10 meters away from a geocache. I couldn't live with myself if hubby or the kids caught me. So close. I could see it through the bush. That's awesome.
Well, I can see me doing I really want to pay a little extra respect. So I'm just going to go back over for a little bit and say my respects. Do you got a pen?
Ooh.
Oh, that's the green one.
Yeah.
She's pulling out all these coins.
Yeah.
We were supposed to not do this.
It's the last one. You didn't tell me I wasn't supposed to.
I'm just saying. Well, we can, obviously, because you just did. All right.
Yes.
Let's show them.
See, he doesn't tell me.
There you go. There's the green one. And it is gorgeous.
That is gorgeous.
Yes. It's kind of a mint green. And again, glow in the dark.
Yeah.
And just fantastic looking.
Fake cry, walk away for a minute. Y'all are terrible.
I love it.
Y'all are terrible. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yes. So, yes. And there's a black and purple one, too. So I'm just saying.
Ooh. Purple's my favorite color.
Anyways.
FYI.
So that's that is the you're gonna have to talk to Beverly.
Beverly.
Just saying. So, anyways, that's the poll of the week.
She's in
Texas and you can check. We do this each and every week, and you can go through and go to the website or check out our poll that we have that we put out in Google Plus, and you can put in your 2 cents worth. Another great reason why you put us in your circles for Google Plus. All right, good stuff. Let's move on. Okay, let me double check. How many are in here? 1, 2.
I put them all back.
I'm just making sure. All right, she's finally put Davy Jones to rest here. Let's move on.
See, that's why you let me look at him before, so you don't have to deal with this.
Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by cache-advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-advance.com. Go find it.
And also by coinsandpins.com. The best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yes, I saw the little note by PhotoPro. Go ahead and tell him what he said.
He said them coins are going to go the way of the moose.
Yes, if you didn't hear,
I swear I do not know where that stinking moose is.
One of the tragedies of this holiday season.
That was not a tragedy,
us,
but I did earnestly look for that moose.
We can't find Chris Moose.
No.
So we talked about it in length in the pre-show. Be sure to go check it out on the video, but or listen to it if you're a Patreon from the podcast when it goes out tonight with the regular show. Yes, Chris Moose is missing.
He is MIA.
He is MIA. We don't know where. We checked out the storage room. We checked out the areas where we have here. We cannot find him. I still say Amy had some terrorist group take him.
No,
and
I could have sworn he was in the storage unit. That's why I sent Amanda over there.
Yes.
With my key.
Right.
To go get him.
I think that's when the switcheroo happened. I'm just
no. If anybody took him, it was her. I blame your daughter.
So yes. Anyways, Chris Moose is missing, and so that's why the comment about that it's going to go the way of the moose. That's where the geocoins are going to go. Same place ballpoint pens go.
They said I sent Chris Moose with the thwackers.
Now that I would not doubt. Oops,
that is an awesome idea.
He
actually,
fell in the box. Oh,
that is a shame.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways,
he was an FTF prize.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So there you go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Tonight's episode, Geocaching Proxies, GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 140. So I'm going to put wife Amy on the throw her in front of the bus just for fun because she's still doing things with Chris Moose.
I didn't do anything with that moose.
What's a proxy when it comes to geocaching?
A proxy?
Yeah.
It's a copy of whatever.
Okay. I guess that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's a replacement or a representation to be out in the wild instead of the actual item, like a geocoin. For some versions of proxies over the years. Now, I want to say this pre and post GxProxy because there's a reason for that. Pre-GxProxy, before they really got into the proxy angle for geocaching, proxies were not the greatest thing in the world to find in a geocache. Some versions involved making a cheaper wooden version of it, which some of those were actually, I found a couple that were okay. But the first thing that popped in my head is, it's supposed to be a geocoin and it's this drawing put on a piece of wood. What good is that? Some of them were not even that. They would photocopy the geocoin. They would cut the circle out. They would put it in some lamination, and sometimes not even lamination. They just put it in a plastic bag with the code number on it and put it out as the geocoin.
Wow.
And people, especially for me back then, where finding, and even nowadays, when finding a geocoin, that's a special thing, especially since how rare the actual finding of a geocoin is anymore.
Well, yeah, now, yeah.
Yeah. And back then, even it was like, why are you doing this? So proxies were not looked well upon. When it came to something like that. And some of them were just downright, bad. I mean, it was just pathetic when it came to stuff like that. So, like I said, very, very lowly thought about. A lot of times where geocachers would come across them and just not even bother.
Yeah.
For something like that.
One of the people in chat room said, I've seen those. I never take them.
Yeah. And this is pre GxProxy.
Yeah.
Because I think as a company, they really turned proxies around for many, many reasons.
I keep the proxies too.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Because they're so well made. I don't send anything out.
Yeah, it's like an actual geocoin.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're going to give some examples right now about stuff like that. But one of the things that we really wanted to go over is things like, okay, for the people that are still on the fence about proxies, why do we need them? And this is some of the
Wow.
items that we actually have for this. Now, keep in mind the lifespan of an actual geocoin. And I've got one right here. I'm going to grab a couple of things that I've got here on my table for show and tell. There we go. Okay. So say, for example, this beautiful geocoin that I have, and I'm going to bring the camera back over to number one here so that you can see it. Okay.
Yeah,
now
that wouldn't last very long.
This is a gorgeous, extremely well made version of an Alaska geocoin.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful on the front. They've got like grouse, and on the back it's got a beautiful wolf etched, and just the enamel is fantastic. The coloring is fantastic. I mean, look how thick this is. You can tell the heft that's involved with this coin. This is a gorgeous geocoin.
Yes, but
and this is what a lot of the geocoins that are made nowadays are like.
But the enamel, the painting on this enamel,
yeah,
or the enamel painting or whatever, is not going to last very long.
Well, it's going to last a while for these because they're coated.
But still,
okay. But even
they are
so,
not going to last.
Right. But there's a lot of other geocoins like the ones you see behind me here don't necessarily have that detail.
And they would last longer.
Yes.
Than this.
Right. But even so, so one of the things would definitely be how long the geocoin would last. The problem is
this is going to last longer.
Right. Right. And that's the proxy of it, of that geocoin. So that we'll go into those in a little bit. But why a proxy? The overall lifespan of a geocoin or other travelers vary greatly. A geocoin nowadays in the United States, and the reason why I say the United States as opposed to Europe, your geocoins and your travel bugs tend to be very well, nicely handled. Not perfect, but held and respected and moved around like they should. All right. United States, not so much. I've put out in my lifetime probably 25, 30, and this is low end. I know people that have put out hundreds and even thousands of geocoins and travel bugs. Out of the 30 geocoins that are out there, none are left. They're all gone, missing. Let's face it, travelers, when placed in the wild, are now in the hands of humans. Things happen. One thing that you have to remember when you're going to put out a geocoin or a travel bug, do not get attached to these. Matter of fact, when you do this, say goodbye to the geocoin and just say, this is the last time that I'm going to see this and it's going to go out and something's going to happen to it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yep.
So keep that in mind when it comes to travel bugs and geocoins. So wouldn't it be nice? Let's see some of the other stuff. Let's go into some of the other things that happen with it. Newer geocachers sometimes do not know the difference between swag and travelers. So they go, what a cool coin. I'm going to keep this. And not realize it's actually belongs to somebody else. It's somebody else's personal property, and it's a game piece. They're not into the game enough. They haven't been given the instructions enough. All they see is, oh, this is cool and shiny. I like this. I'm going to keep it because it was in the travel bug or it was in the geocache. Other things that happen is some geocachers do not even care, and I'm talking even the more experienced ones, enough to give them to their kids. Mommy, Daddy, I like it. Well, sure you can. Same thing goes with travel bugs. They have those. I've literally been with people that have told me stories where they're with somebody geocaching. They see a squishy toy travel bug, and their pet dog is right there, and it's like, here, go for it. And they give that to their dog to chew on.
Or he's with me, and I say, oh, can I keep Squishy?
Yes. Now, there's a difference between swag and Squishy the travel bug. I'm saying.
Squishy.
I don't let her have Squishy the travel bug. She can have Squishy the swag all she wants. Some geocachers don't know the difference. Some geocachers don't care, and that's a problem. And again, I think that goes into not being trained enough to know about the sport, to understand the different parts of the game pieces.
I'm going to name one Squishy.
And I will call it Squishy, and it will be my friend.
Yes.
Geocachers can leave the game completely or misplace travelers for extended periods of time, sometimes years, just saying. Things happen when to the geocache that can happen to the travelers that are in it at the time. For example, like say disasters.
Easy for you to say.
Sometimes when I try to speak and I can't. Disasters.
That was work. Okay.
Miss Janice just came in and closed the office door. Disasters like fires. That happens a lot to geocaches. They get burnt up, and unfortunately the cache goes with it. Floods, same thing. I have lost geocaches in the past to floods.
Yes, you have.
New construction comes in and grinds out where geocaches were. I mean, there's a ton of different reasons of things that they go out. Animals can come in and devastate a geocache. They don't mean to.
They don't understand.
It's just another thing to chew on for them. So just saying, they can.
Don't be mad.
Have you ever seen raccoons in a cooler?
Raccoons can tear through something in a heartbeat.
Imagine what happens with that when it comes to a geocache.
They can lift off trash can lids.
Yes.
They can take out your cache.
Take out your cooler or your cache and take it right down to the lake and do what they want.
They can take a bath in your geocache if they want to.
Just saying.
They are resourceful.
So yeah, squirrels, mices, possum, mices. Yeah.
Really?
Raccoons, yeah, all those things. I've come up to geocaches in pieces because you could tell they just got chopped
into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So animals can take that, and apparently your nice shiny little travel bugs go right along with it.
Yeah, they like shiny stuff.
There you go. Plus, geocaches can just plain get muggled. So that's what happens, and you can lose stuff in so many different ways. So the idea is okay, you put in all this money for a really, really nice, a real nice Geocoin. And I'm talking more Geocoins with the proxies tonight, but travel bugs also can do this. The sheer cost or rarity of a Geocoin does not make it worth putting in the wild for some people. And have you seen my collection? And is much safer in a personal collection like you see behind wife Amy and myself. So this is why proxies are actually a very good alternative to putting out the real thing. What's that?
Cat Biggins had a raccoon take off with his Miracle Whip.
Yes, if you put out a peanut butter or a Miracle Whip or a cookie
he needed
or
a sandwich with Miracle Whip.
Yes, and that actually took off with.
Yes, he made off with the Miracle Whip.
While you're making the sandwich. It can happen. I'm telling you, they get that way. It's amazing. So yeah, you gotta really be careful. And this is something where you might want to consider, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll put out a proxy.
And apparently they told Kraft Foods and they sent them a bunch of coupons.
It's a story. They love those things. They love those stories.
That's great.
Okay, let me get this right. Our product got taken away by a raccoon while you were making a sandwich. That's a story there. We will send you some coupons. I'm just saying.
I would laugh and send him a thing of Miracle Whip and the coupons.
Yes,
I mean, how great is that?
That's funny.
That's a great story.
Yep. So anyways, there are different types of geocaching proxies, and I actually brought some of them here for show and tell.
Oh, so there's a question.
Yes, please.
Because you have been interrupted enough. What about proxies for travel bugs?
Yes, and I will show you a couple right here. Thank you for asking. That is a great transition. Types of geocaching. That's why I love our chat room, boy. They are right there with us. Different types of proxies. Okay, geocoins. Obviously, a geocoin like this can easily go, depending on its worth, anywhere from $10, $15, $20, $25 for a geocoin. I've seen them sold for that for a number of reasons, based on quality and content and how they are and rarity. So do I want to put this out into the wild? Probably not, because this is something that I would much rather have in my collection, like you see behind us.
Yep.
So
you put that out in the wild, I'm going to pick it up and smack you in the head with it.
I'm just saying. So one of the things that came out, if you're talking about buying a proxy, not necessarily making one, because let's face it, unless you are really, really good at making proxies, I highly recommend purchasing one of the types of examples that we're showing right now tonight. So here is that exact same Geocoin proxy. And if you look at it, you can see the Alaska. This is actually, I mean, look how thick this is. This has some nice heft to it. And like I said earlier in the show, this is post GxProxy. When they came along, they spent many, many hours doing research, coming out with a good example of a proxy that people are going to want. To me, this is the same as an actual Geocoin.
Yes, and it's very well made. It looks like a coin. It's not as heavy as a coin,
right?
But it's equally as well made.
Yeah, there's mass to it. There's weight to it. Yeah. There's a thickness to it.
Yeah.
The markings on the outside of both sides of the coin are laser etched, an exact duplicate to the actual coin itself. So you actually see, shy of the color,
yeah,
you actually see what the Geocoin looks like.
Yes.
To me, this is a prime example of a Geocoin proxy.
It is the coin except for the color.
Right.
Yeah.
And even on the, let's see, where is it? There's a part on here. You actually have, you can't see it on here, obviously, because we don't want to show it. The code is on here. Yeah, everything is on here. Ago. Yeah. So it's one of those things. So the code is on here. Everything that you need for an actual Geocoin is built into this. For this. So that's for Geocoins. Now, travel bugs, in other words, travel bug tags. How much does an average travel bug tag cost? You know?
Like between $3 and $5.
$5, yeah. You can get them on bulk for like 3 on specials, things like that. Yeah. But yeah, $5 a tag. That gets to be expensive. And one of the things that comes in with it is, but wait a minute, you get 2 tags.
Yes.
You get the actual tag itself, and you get one that actually says copy on it.
Copy, yep.
Which is fine until you lose the first one. And then you want to put the second one, you know it's gone, the animals ate it, something went, and it's officially gone.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else is going to find it somewhere else in another geocache. You know it is gone. You go and you put it out on the second one, and then what do you got? No more tags.
Mm-hmm. So
what do you do? So instead of putting out on an actual, either your copy or your original tag, you keep those and you purchase these guys. Now these come, either this one is a green and it's laser etched into acrylic. And again, GxProxy makes these. And this is an actual proxy tag, and you can etch into it the number that's the same that's on your travel bug tag.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put this out instead of the actual tag, so you keep those for reference.
Now, are they cheaper?
Yeah, these are like $1. I mean, that's it. You can get these if you go to a lot of the events, and GxProxy or some of the other distributors are out there that carry things like this.
Mm-hmm.
You can sometimes get a whole pack for like $1
mm-hmm.
because the numbers aren't on here. You put the numbers in, you etch them in,
mm-hmm.
or you have them etch it in for you
mm-hmm.
because they'll do that too. This one is really like, this is kind of the new age stuff. So this is acrylic and plastic. And this is something that is super heavy duty. This isn't going to rub off. They're etched in deeply into it. You put the number on and you put this on your travel bug and away you go. I have seen kind of like a plastic rubber versions of these too as well, that you can write the tag information onto that and let it go. So that comes from GxProxy. The other one that I thought was kind of interesting, and this comes from coinsandpins.com, and I actually like this for 2 reasons. These are duple bugs. One, you can get them for, I think this is 50 cents, $1.
Yeah,
maybe.
Something like that.
And it's a heavy duty tag.
It's like $1.50 or something.
Something like that. It's a heavy duty acrylic.
Yeah.
You can etch in on the back the number for the travel bug.
This is my favorite part.
This is the part that I love the best.
Yes.
The actual, instead of that chain
Yes.
they use, this is actual wire.
Yes.
And it's got the screw-on connector for it.
Yeah.
This isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you literally have to
cut them to get them.
Well, you'd have to cut it, or just you have to take the time to unscrew it.
Yes, because it's on tight, and to unscrew it, you have to really work at it for a little bit to get to it.
Yeah, you really do.
And so it's really
clearly I haven't tried. Doesn't mean that much to me to get it off, obviously.
Yeah, but this is
so
another.
Yeah, you'd have to cut it.
This is another proxy that you can go through that works exceptionally well, and you keep the tags for yourself for future reference. And most importantly, you keep the numbers on the tags for future reference, and we'll go over that in a little bit as well. That's just finger tight. So I'm just saying that's how much it takes to. Yeah, that's just finger tight. I put that on today. I put that on today. So yeah,
it's your finger tight.
It's then. They're very cool, very nice, and you can hook this to a lot of things to make it into a travel bug without worrying about losing your number forever. So that's a cool way of doing that. So this brings up all this information of why to do a travel bug and all that. What's the controversy? Well, the controversy is kind of like what we were talking before. Proxies have met with mixed opinions amongst geocachers. On one side, geocachers value them as a way to keep the concept of trackables alive and highlight the increasing rate of trackables going missing. On the other side, geocachers have felt that they aren't the same as and devalue the actual, principle of the trackables themselves. So in other words, they go, well, this isn't a real geocoin. To me, it is. I mean, I understand the idea that
I can see why they would say that, but it doesn't have that same meaning.
There's a difference between somebody that finds them and goes, well, this isn't a real geocoin, and somebody that actually owns a geocoin and says, I don't want to put this out in the wild.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
For a real geocoin. So yeah, that's the main thing that people have as a controversy with proxies. Keep in mind that under certain circumstances, you can reuse the numbers on travel bugs. That's another reason why you want to keep the originals and put out a proxy travel bug tag, is because you can keep that number, and on certain items you can reuse them. For example, behind us up above here is our name tags. That number we can take and put on a new name tag that deals for a different event, use that same number, and people can still discover them. Things like that. Another thing that they're very popular are t-shirts, things like that. You have different t-shirts that you can have that you can keep the same number on. As other t-shirts get old, new t-shirts go on, you put the same number on them, people are still discovering them. I have one. You can still do that. So there's a reason, and those are just a couple. I'm sure there's many other ones where you can take travel bug numbers and reuse them for different things. And why lose out on all these travel bugs you've lost, $5 a pop, where you can reuse those numbers and re-put them out.
Yeah, I have a t-shirt that has a trackable number on it, which I need to grab back from somebody because they accidentally grabbed it. But anyway, that has a hole. I mean, the hole is in the shirt. It's just kind of, I can use that number. And somebody said, people who have trackable tattoos, you can have it as something else. You can use it whatever.
Yeah, so it's definitely got the value of reusing those numbers instead of losing it, $5. It's like, well, it's just $5. That's great until you do 100 of them.
Right.
I mean, keep the numbers and keep using them.
Hey, you got the money and want to do it, then rock on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets expensive when you do it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Finally, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'm going to have a link in the show notes. A good friend of mine, PJ, who's also known as Softball 29, is a geocacher that I've known for many, many years. He has a blog called the Hoo Ha blog, and he has an article in there that we'll put a link in the show notes that it's a couple of years old. It's back, I think, 2013, but it goes over the same type of issues and his viewpoints on them as well. And I just thought it was a really good read, and it's called Creating Proxy Trackables is Becoming a Big Necessity. And we'll put the link in the show notes for you to check that out. So very, very cool stuff. And again, finally, if you want to get into, I know that we've got all our different sponsors. We've got other companies that we've met all these years geocaching. They may have their own versions of proxy stuff that we didn't mention here. This wasn't to be just a GxProxy kind of special of it, but GxProxy, just in the name, tells you that they specialize in proxies. And there's a reason for it. They do quality work, they do quality etchings, they do quality engravings for your proxy stuff. And like I said, I would much rather put out one of their proxy coins than the real deal any day of the week.
Right. Now, for those who are not in this area,
okay. Yes.
Hang on.
Okay. She's typing in the chat room.
Because there's another company called Island Buttons.
Okay.
Around where one of our listeners lives.
Okay.
That does this sort of the same thing.
Okay.
So and they do events and things like that. Resurrection events.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing with travel bugs.
Yeah. So that's why I was asking where they were located.
Okay. And what was the name of it again?
Island Buttons.
Oh, out of Bridgewater, Nova Scotia.
Yes.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Yes. So I wanted to mention that as well for people who weren't in the United States. And
fantastic. And there are other places all around the world that do this kind of thing.
And since he had mentioned it and he was in the chat room,
I think it was perfect. Thank you so much. And this is our whole point, that this is something that should be brought up under discussion for people to think about, because they may have never even thought of it as an option to use proxies. And this is why we did the whole reason why we did the show. And again, thank you to our viewer and listener that suggested this. This is awesome. All right. I think it is time to move on. We got goodies to give away.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts in your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting. We have, and it's not a downplay for you fine folks, but it is a kind of a wake-up call for 2016. We have thousands of listeners and viewers that listen and watch our show each and every week. We have a relatively small amount of people that actually are patrons.
We want to thank those who are.
Yes, we want to thank the people that literally help keep the lights on and help keep us going. We need more. We need a lot more. And so what we're saying is, if you get any value whatsoever out of our show, you get a laugh, you get a giggle, you get a golden nugget of information from us every once in a while. I'm just saying. Please consider clicking on our Patreon graphic on the right-hand side of either our geosnippets.com or our geosnippetsreboot.com websites. Click on the Patreon graphic and just send us a couple bucks each month. It's life or death for us for a lot of times for just keeping the show going, let alone sending out the prizes, let alone all the other things that are involved in doing a podcast. It all costs money, and we need your help. It's as simple as that. So for your folks that are doing it, thank you. For the folks that aren't, please consider it and make that commitment for being a contributing factor to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. You will get rewarded with that. We've got several different rewards that we're going to start kicking back on again. And we're going to add more. We've got something extremely exciting coming, I hope, within the next 2 weeks.
Life has kind of kicked us in the teeth there for a little while. So,
so
we apologize for all the
the lateness with the
lateness for
prices.
everything,
Yes. And believe it or
everything's
not,
catching up.
Yep.
So
Yep.
hang in there, guys.
Yep, absolutely. And just so that you know, 95% of the prizes just went out earlier this week. So you should be, if you've been waiting even for several months, you got the prizes on the way.
Yeah.
So just
hang in there with us, okay?
Yep. And again, thank you for the folks for contributing, and come help us out for the ones who aren't. All right. Good stuff. Let's move on. All right. Let's give some fun stuff away. Our GeoSnippits Geocaching Cash Dash. Let me explain what that is. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world, and quite frankly, they want to give you fine folks some of their products so that you know about them and you want to come and contact them and buy them, and that's how it works. So to do that, what they do is they send some of these products to us, and we turn around and we turn them into prizes and give them to you each and every week. That's the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cash Dash. The last one we did goes back a couple weeks, but was just last episode, and that was episode 139. And wife Amy, why don't we tell them what the prize is from cash-advance.com?
It is a geopack with a red reflector geocache, a cable geocache, and a dragonfly geocoin.
Yeah, we got some really good stuff, and we bundle them up in these fantastic. We got about 10,000 of these different baggies, and we've been using them for you fine folks, just for you. And what we do is we take a handful of different things from some of our vendors, and we put them together, and we make these mega packs. And this one's really cool. The coax table geocache is one that I think this is the first and only time we've actually sent that with this pack, plus all the other goodies, plus the Geocoin, cash-advance.com. Thank you so much for giving us all the goodies that we give away each and every week. And what was the question for that episode?
What day and date is the winter solstice for 2015?
Awesome. And what was the answer?
The answer was Tuesday, December 22nd was the winter solstice.
Now, was it my imagination, or was it always the 21st?
That is a question for Doc Firewoman.
Really?
Yes, I knew she would know the answer.
Really?
Yes, and she immediately clicked on, is like, yep, I know. I knew she'd know.
All right, so we'll have to figure that out. But hopefully we'll get an answer for you before we get out of here. So the way that we decide who wins is, one, you guys do by sending us the answers to us each and every week. And we have quite a few this week. And then I also have my random number generator. So what my random number generator does is it takes a number between 1 and the total number of correct answers that we have, and we got quite a few this time, because we went a couple of weeks. And I click here, I get the random number, and then I also, so I can show you fine folks, this is the list of all the answers that were sent in to us. Now, wife Amy just did the magic Geocoin flip to tell me whether it's heads or tails. If it's heads, and say the number is 4, it's not 4, we will count down 1, 2, 3, 4, and that person would be the winner for the prize. If she flips tails, we will count up from the bottom of the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, and whoever that person is, that would be our winner. So it just adds a little bit of number randomness. So are we going heads down or tails up?
Tails.
Tails. Thanks a heap. All righty. Hang on. And okay, we've got and I want to make sure I got it right. December 22nd. Okay. Who's this?
That's Doc Firewoman.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay, Deborah. Doc
That's
Firewoman.
Hilarious.
From Arkansas. Congratulations. Yes. And Doc Firewoman, you are actually the winner. You were, that's awesome. Fantastic. You win that goodie package from cash-advance.com.
That is hilarious.
That is great. Good stuff. Congratulations. All right, so you said, wait a minute, that was too easy. She just got a boatload of stuff. And I'm telling you right now, for the month of January. We probably won't do as many live giveaways as we did in the past. We will be doing some live giveaways, but what we've done is we've bundled larger bundles just for the GxProxy sponsorship and made these mega packets for each week. So everybody gets a chance at that as well. So we will be doing some live giveaways this month, but
not tonight.
Not tonight, but the big package each week this month is bigger than normal. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. All right, so congratulations to Deborah for that. Let's go over the prize for episode 140 this week, and it is a big one. I'm going to have to put this in a bigger box or something when I mail it because this is a lot of goodies. All right, wife Amy, you want to tell them what they're getting? Look at this. I'm not kidding. This is just packed. Packed with stuff.
Okay, this GxProxy mega goodie bag has a UV flashlight.
Yes.
UV marker.
Yes.
A CETO stamper.
Yep.
Proxy travel bug tag.
Yep.
Trek tag.
Yep.
Red salmon Alaska Geocoin with matching proxy coin.
Okay, let me show you this. The reason why I say it,
I haven't seen that one.
This one is freaking awesome. Look at that.
Why don't you show me these things before the show?
Because I want to keep them there. It's a red salmon, and it's in this sparkly enamel. It is gorgeous. And you get the proxy coin with this. All this is thank you to GxProxy.com for all this month. It is beautiful. There's so many things you're going to have to take out to get to that thing.
Yeah.
Show the kind people. Show the kind people.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. The colors in this thing just pop. It's fantastic. Here,
the front, the fish is swimming. The back, the bear eats him.
This is another Alaska Geocoin. Look at the colors pop on this thing. Look at that. Is that not amazing? This is a red salmon, Chinook salmon for the front, and on the back is a bear in a stream. And this is a gorgeous Geocoin. Fantastic. And again, Amy's pillaging through these.
What? See, this is why you show me beforehand.
And she's going to go through that. All this in this mega pack is for, and the only way you're going to get it is to win it. So get your entries in.
Beverly.
And we will show this stuff. We got to get going here.
We'll go.
Okay. So why don't we tell them what the question is?
The question is, what is the state flower of Alaska?
Okay. Now, what you're going to do
snowball tree.
No. What you're going to do is you're going to send a GSReboot at gmail.com. That's GSREBOOT at gmail.com. And the subject line, you're going to put Q1 episode 140. And you're going to send your answer to us. So, again, GSReboot at gmail.com. And you're going to send it with the subject line Q1 and episode 140. And you're going to answer the question, what is the state flower of Alaska? And then next week, we will give away there's 4 of these packages
my other
for the
coins.
month. These fantastic coins from Alaska.
Giving away all my coins.
I'm just saying.
Me too.
Get that in, folks. This is the ones. If you're going to play it, do it. And we'll see next week about doing a live giveaway as well. All right. Fun stuff. Excellent stuff. Good luck to everybody. Let's move on. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed the show. We had a good time here talking about proxies. And if you've got comments, questions, anything that you want to talk about proxies, please feel free to send us email to gsreboot at gmail.com or send it to us via SpeakPipe at our send voicemail tab. We'd love to hear your thoughts about that so that we can add it in with our show notes as well. Wife Amy, would you be ever so kind as far as closing out the show?
Oh, okay. We want to thank our sponsors, cash-events.com and coinsandpins.com. Want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and thanks to everyone watching in the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in, and we'll see y'all next time. But I have a funny thing to say.
Okay.
One of my friends that I work with, her son is in Boy Scouts.
Okay.
She just sent me, because for some reason Facebook likes to pop it up on my screen. She just sent me a message saying that her son's Boy Scout troop wants to do an outing at a lake and do some geocaching, but they have no clue how to start, and they're asking me for advice.
Awesome. We'll fill them in. We'll fill them in. Once we get past Amy going, it's too cold. I'm just saying. All right. Good stuff. We'll go from there. We'll see if we can help them out. Folks, please, like I said, we hope you enjoyed the show. Please consider becoming a patron and sending us a couple of bucks each month. We'd greatly appreciate it. And finally, tell others about the Geocaching Podcast and all the great stuff that the Geocaching Podcast universe provides for you each and every week. We would like to say special thanks to wife Amy, no matter how much she bugs me. And
You love me.
Yes, I do. So as we like saying, folks, out on the trails of life, thank you for stopping on by. And we will see you next week on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Let's end this thing. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com. Visit us through our social media sites or contact us via our website and our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2016 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. Yeehaw! Yip, yip, yip. Yeah, I did forget to say it. So that's for you, Memphis Mafia, just saying.
And Joshua.
Have a good one, folks. Bye-bye. All right, folks. Well, thanks so much. We are cleared, and that was a great show. It's good to be back in the saddle again. And please consider different show ideas. We got quite a few in, but we need more and a lot more. And so please, if you got guest ideas, people that you'd like to see on the show, things for us to talk about, please keep sending those in to gsreboot@gmail.com. Just put it under show ideas. We greatly appreciate the people that have sent in already, and we'd love to see a lot more. So please get that in. And please, no sad Amy, have some viewer feedback for her, trying to help consult her getting past her shiny thing obsession. I'm just saying.
What?
Just you. They know.
That
They
doesn't
know.
even make sense.
Yeah, it does. All right, folks. We'll see you later. Have a great one. Have a safe one. And we will see you next week on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast.
And no restrictions.
Bye, folks.